Hey guys, and welcome to episode 128 of the Upper LA podcast. My name is Scott Ellis. I'm joined here by Tim McGavick.
White Dragon Noodle Bar.
You nailed it.
Coffee.
Also joining us, Tyler Switolski.
Rehearsed
Wake
that.
up.
Present.
Rehearsed that several times.
Glad you made it. It's not quite bedtime yet. Also joining us is Adam Franey.
Is it not?
No.
Yes, sit quieter.
We are up real
Late.
Let's run down some of the topics we're going to discuss on this week's episode. As
That's not
usual,
much.
we're going to talk about the last film we watched this week, as well as a couple news topics, including potential Black Widow spin-off film. And we got some casting news relating to the next Quentin Tarantino film.
Ooh.
So we're going to talk about those later. As well, if you do like this video, leave a like on it. Leave a comment below in the comment section if you want to join our discussion. And of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel if you like our stuff. So with that out of the way, Tim.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going with Tim first.
What have you watched
That's
this
different.
week?
That's new.
When a viral outbreak hits South Korea,
Oh!
passengers of a train
This wasn't Japan.
fight to survive as the infection spreads from car to car.
Was this a Japanese or Korean movie?
We had a robust conversation beforehand about this movie, and I just kept my mouth quiet. I was like, "Oh my god!" We randomly brought up the movie that I watched. This
You
week.
you just randomly watched it?
Yeah.
That's
And
so weird.
We just randomly started talking about it.
What was your motivation to watch this? Because I know why I've been talking about it. Just out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was just looking through Netflix, and I was like, "If I haven't seen this, I know
That
it's
is
supposed to be great."
so weird.
Yeah, I know I asked him about it because the whole thing.
The whole thing at work, because Jess was talking about it.
No, I just started to watch it.
That's so weird.
Now, Adam, you last seen this movie like a year ago.
Whenever it came out, yeah.
Yeah,
Year and a half ago.
2016.
A while ago.
Good. I loved it.
Train to Busan, written by Joo Suk Park and Sang Ho Yang. Just gonna be rough, guys.
Well done.
Directed by Sang Ho
Good
Yang.
job.
Didn't even sound like a question.
Starring Yu Gong, Yumi Zhang, Dong Suk Ma, and Soo An Kim.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Not bad. This is a great little movie.
Yeah.
All right.
Would you
Little-
compare it to Snowpiercer?
No.
Okay.
No. The CGI is a little rough towards the end, a little bit. Just a little bit. But
Yeah.
besides that,
When it gets nuts.
I love the characters in this.
Let's get nuts.
There is the guy with the pregnant wife,
Oof.
who's just like straight up badass. Like he looks like such like a, I don't know. As soon as I saw him, I was like, okay, he's gonna be likable.
The real Chris Evans type.
He's like a South Korean Chris Evans.
Interesting.
He's like,
Oh, this is the lead?
no. This is the
Okay.
the guy in like the blue blazer
Okay, so it's
who like
not like
ends up like
Snowpiercer.
taping up.
You
his
didn't
face.
see this
Yeah,
movie,
the
right?
big dude.
I did.
Yeah, the big guy.
It's been like
So the
3 years.
Japanese version of it.
Fuck.
But yeah, I think it's the characters that really get it. Like everyone has their own little arc and their own little like moment in it,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
really really nice. But yeah, it's just
How about the baseball team scene?
that was pretty great.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice,
Yeah, yeah.
creative little
It was pretty great.
touch,
Yeah.
for sure.
Wish I knew what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So essentially, yeah, there's like a viral outbreak in South Korea, and there's these passengers are stuck on a train, and then essentially the outbreak like eventually makes its way onto the train and starts like going from car to car, and the guys have to like kind of.
Is the train on like
Okay.
autopilot or something? Or is
No,
there
they-
someone driving it?
There's someone driving it, and like each station, he's like calling to see if he can stop, and the guys are like, "No, don't stop. There's like the army's here, or like there's a massive outbreak. Just might as well just keep trying the next place," and they just keep going.
Interesting.
So it's a clever little story, but I think it's mostly the characters I loved. I was like, "Fuck, I'm loving all these guys."
Is this
Yeah,
subtitled?
for sure.
It is subtitled on Netflix. I'm sorry.
You could there's probably a dub version.
Probably find a dub
Yeah.
version.
That's even more awkward to
There's
me.
a Japanese dub, I heard.
But yeah, some very great moments in it.
What would you rate it?
I'm gonna give it a 4. Yeah.
Wow.
That's pretty high.
Yeah. I think the end it gets a little like CGI crazy. I'm like, there's no way they would have survived this. Like, it's just-
Implausibility.
yeah. But besides that, it's nice seeing a lot of zombie movies or shows. They have like guns and weapons.
Mhm.
They have nothing. They have like some baseball bats. So it's mostly just like straight up punching.
This is pretty much like a regular train.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. There's
It's
no
like
guns or
stealth.
anything. It's just straight like stealth or like punching their way through zombies. It's great.
Punching a zombie seems a very impractical, dangerous method.
Not when
Yeah.
you have
Yes.
shit taped all over your wrists and hands.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
gonna say, you punch a zombie in the face, he's just gonna like bite your hand
Yeah,
and
you're
turn you.
fucked.
So you're fucked.
Well, it only took you 2 years, but thank you.
No problem,
For
man.
what I hope you guys.
Take me a
will
couple.
finish.
take me 2 more years probably.
So
Yeah,
4
that's-
years total.
I'll
You're
see
like, we
this,
don't
yeah.
go both those.
I'm probably going to say for the next 20 years, maybe.
Well, it's a book. You don't watch books.
I don't watch books.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
that's fine.
I'm not going to read a book.
4
on
for
the
Train
screen.
to Busan.
Ty, what do you got for us this week?
You said this would blow our minds.
Could it be good this
earlier.
week? This is the movie I got
Guarantee
you.
it's not going to blow our minds.
I guarantee you it will.
Mm.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, it's a biography
Mm-hmm.
/ comedy
Mm.
/ drama. Scott knows.
Biography comedy.
An ambitious yet troubled director tries his best to fulfill his dream despite his lack of support.
Ed Wood.
This is 1994's Ed Wood.
Mother of God.
So, fun fact, Scott bought me this for our Secret Santa. We have a Secret
Oh,
Santa for
cute.
another group, our second podcast that you guys aren't a part of. I'm sorry.
Ouch.
I'm sorry. I had to
We're gonna
this
do it.
to you.
We're gonna do it next year.
Yeah.
We'll do it.
We'll do one. We should do one next year. Oh, we didn't do one this year. 1994's Ed Wood.
This is a
Johnny Depp was
This is a sweet
nominated
movie.
for this.
Johnny Depp. This is a very sweet movie. Directed by Tim Burton.
For a Razzie?
Huge
An Oscar.
cast. I was surprised by the cast. It just kept coming.
Massive.
It was Johnny Depp, Martin
Lemons.
Landau, who actually won Best Supporting,
yes.
which was for
For
Bela
Bela
Lugosi.
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 he was
Marty.
fantastic. Also won Best Makeup, I think. Sarah Jessica Parker, Patricia Arquette, Jeffrey Jones,
Mhm.
Vincent D'Onofrio, Bill Murray.
Mm.
And there was someone else that came up that was.
Burton wasn't fucking around.
Yeah, it was just fantastic. I love this movie. It's kind of cool because I knew a couple of Ed Wood's movies, like specifically Plan 9 from Outer Space,
Naturally.
and so I knew I'd seen it before, and so I kind of watching like the people who like were playing those actors were really good. Like the guy who played Tor Johnson,
Yeah.
he was fantastic. And
Literally like the same person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was so weird.
Martin Landau seems like a good casting as well. Like,
He was
He
great.
looks like Bela
He
Lugosi.
did. Like I was so blown away by that.
Yeah.
And who played?
He looks like a vampire.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
and Vampira as well, who played Vampira. I can't remember her name, but she was great as well. Like she looked so much like the character she was portraying. It was really cool. Lisa Marie, that's who it is. Yeah, it was just so well done.
Now, I've told you for a long time you need to see this.
Yes,
It is entirely a sweetie flick.
it is.
The Johnny Depp, the Tim Burton,
Yes,
the shitty movie making, within the movie.
within the movie,
Yeah,
which is
the good movie about.
I love like Disaster Artist.
exactly. This is exactly what it reminded me of.
Yeah.
Like it was like 100% just like Disaster Artist, and like Johnny Depp's portrayal of Ed Wood, I thought was really cool. I've never seen Ed Wood in an interview or anything like that. I'm not sure if he was like such like if he had that much, as much energy and charisma as Johnny Depp portrayed. But like watching like Glenn or Glenda kind of like take place and then go to like Plan 9 from Outer Space, like watching like all this stuff that they snuck in there, like him being a cross-dresser and then like stuff with Patricia Arquette's character. It was just really cool because it was all like true. Like it was really cool because like the stuff they brought in was facts that I already knew, which was really awesome. But I love this movie. I thought it was great. Johnny Depp had a great
Awesome.
portrayal in this.
It's very good.
He was good in it.
Yeah, and
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Well, Scott, I have it on Blu-ray.
You
Come
do.
on, bro.
You do.
I do.
You do.
I'm gonna drop a 5 bang.
Oh!
Oh!
As if it was ever
Oh.
in doubt. Johnny Depp.
Oh.
Obviously, kind of had to be.
Hit
I
all
had
the-
to be.
It hit all the sweetie soft spots.
It did. I was watching. I'm like, this is a heavy 4. And I'm watching. I'm like, no, it's not.
You
Like,
idiot.
why is this not a 5? And I was just like, when there's like the time where it's like, it's heavy. Like it's a 5. Is it? I can't. I don't know
Yeah.
why it is. Why it's not. I sat there. I'm like, this is a 5 because like I tried to think of a reason why it wouldn't be, but it was like,
Hey,
yeah.
hey, he's proud of you.
Fucking didn't like that movie. That was that was depressing. Actually, I really thought I would. Fucking slice of life. Yeah, this is great.
Cool.
I
Good.
love
5
it.
bang.
I heavily recommend it.
Awesome. Well, Adam,
Let me just check my last scene here, guys.
Should've been
I'm gonna
prepared.
put it on Letterboxd right now, so I don't forget.
For the fans, Adam is charging his phone from a very small
right
cord
Oh
off screen.
my God. Let's go.
Uh,
You're not even on camera.
Fucking
in
unplug the phone.
Iowa,
Holy shit.
An Iowa corn farmer, hearing voices, interprets them as a command to build a baseball diamond in his field.
Really?
You have not seen Field of Dreams.
He does in the 1919 Chicago White Sox.
This wasn't
appear.
Muppets in Space?
Just readjust his mic here.
Holy shit!
My level's good, Tim? Good. Directed by Phil Alden Robinson, starring Kevin Costner, Field of Dreams.
Oh, huge Kevin Costner fan.
Yes, 1989. Field of Dreams.
Alright, come back to screen.
With Ray Liotta and James Earl Jones.
Ooh.
Probably the most popular movie I've never seen. The biggest movie I've never seen.
I've never seen it either.
Oh.
What?
I watched it as a kid, but I can't remember it.
I might have seen it as a kid, but
It's okay.
It's
I
okay.
don't really. It doesn't have any. I don't have any interest.
Very fine.
It's fine.
It's very fine.
Very streamlined. Best Picture nominee.
It's the ending that everyone...
Yeah,
Oh, I've heard the end.
the tearjerker.
wants to play catch.
The ending was ruined for me. Obviously, it's like
What was made how many years ago?
pop culture.
Like 20 years ago?
89.
Yeah.
I don't know the
Fuck
ending,
me,
so
right? Oh.
don't say a single fucking word.
I know you know the line. If you build it, he will come. That's the tagline. That's the repeat.
Oh, that's from Field of Dreams.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really.
They also
You know.
reference that in Muppets
Look
from
at this
Space.
guy.
And what's it?
Muppets from Space.
Bizarre.
If you build it, they will come.
Yeah. If you build it, they will. Oh, it's Gonzo speaking into the fan.
Commonly misquoted, he will come.
Yeah, because there was multiple. They
Right.
changed it a little bit. See the movie; it's really good.
I heard. Yeah, it's a cute little family movie. Didn't blow me away or anything like
Is it
that.
like a Disney movie or?
Feels like it. It's very, very.
Sounds like a Disney.
Family fun,
Yeah, it's very like what's the
uplifting,
word?
inspirational.
Yeah, and like manipulative.
good.
I was thinking
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
feel good. Like
Music swells at certain times.
yeah.
Yeah, soft
Best,
glows.
best score nominated also at the Oscars. Best adapted screenplay also. Lots of Oscar noms for this thing.
Wow.
Any wins?
No, of course not. Yeah, Ray Liotta I thought was really good as Shoeless Joe Jackson, the baseball player that he brings back, that he idolized as a kid. He had a very interesting performance, like he's playing almost ghostly. It was really cool. You could tell that you've seen this, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can tell that he's playing this like otherworldly character. James Earl Jones had no idea he was in it. It blew my mind. He goes to find him. He's this poet in this movie, Terrence Mann. And he goes and finds him at his apartment. And when he opens the door, I was like, Vader. And he's like,
Vader.
oh, it's insane. He's just literally doing, he's doing like Vader voice. It was well acted. Everyone was good in it. Even the Cos Man. He was very charismatic in it.
Love it.
He wasn't like amazing, but he was charismatic.
It's amazing.
He spoke in it.
He read lines that
He
were
was an actor.
given to him.
He yelled them.
It was just a cute little family time at the movies.
What are you hitting it
Fun
with?
little
then?
time.
What would you?
Heavy 3 for that emotional climax.
Average.
Yeah.
Very just it was solid. It was a solid movie.
Okay.
Can't believe I've
Okay.
never seen it, but
You would have seen it as a kid. Like that's the time like to see that movie.
Yeah, I saw it when I was like
yeah,
12 or 13, probably.
when it came out.
Yeah, I was saying, man, that's like 5 years before it came out.
yeah.
Shit.
That's good.
I was sheltered as a child, so I never.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Never
You were
watched
sheltered.
film.
You didn't see Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
They
I
sheltered
I
you.
guess. I
That's
guess.
a
I
tough
don't know.
life.
I don't know.
You weren't allowed to watch anything with baseball in it.
Never
Yeah.
saw FOD.
Well, I'm gonna jump in.
What you got for us?
It's my last scene.
FOT.
Please.
This is
Hopefully
commonly
this
known
works.
as FOD.
Election.
You taped it to the bottom of the desk.
I legit taped it to the desk.
Oh shit!
I had to hide it.
Why didn't you like just put it anywhere?
Because you
Like,
guys would see it. It's so obvious. It's yellow. Election. Alexander Payne.
Genius. Pick flick.
Reese Witherspoon. Matthew Broderick.
that might be the most
Chris Klein.
extra thing we've ever done on this show is you taping
know.
a movie to the bottom of the
I
desk.
like it. Let's get more animated on this show.
Pick flick.
Mm.
Have you guys seen Election?
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what this is.
You have.
Yes.
See, I went into this movie
Very funny.
not knowing anything really. I heard that it's sort of it takes place in a school and it's
Yeah.
about an election.
Yeah.
But
I see this?
the only thing else I heard about it was that it was a little fucked.
Oh, it's
It's a little fucked.
it's rated R.
It's got
Yeah.
Matthew Broderick and Reese Witherspoon, two of the safest people in the world. How fucked can it be?
It's rated
You
R.
got Inspector
It's rated
Gadget
R.
and Home Again.
Ferris Bueller and
Yikes.
Yeah.
Do you see how closely
Ferris-
the L and
Ferris
I are
Bueller
together?
and-
Because it looks like another word. It says
Interesting.
big fuck.
Interesting.
I never
Really?
Yeah.
Pick fuck.
Yeah.
Her posters are all like the letters are like very close together. It's kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't even
How
know
can Sweet Home Alabama be R-rated?
Well,
Alexander Payne, man, downsizing.
Matthew Broderick plays a high school teacher, and Reese Witherspoon plays this real go-getter, like kind of go hard, try hard student who is running for class president, school president, basically in the sort of high school parliament, let's say. And Chris Klein, in his first role, I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about, from American Pie.
Yeah.
Crazy, because
Who is he in American Pie, sorry?
I forget his name. He plays. He's like the big jock.
The
guy.
jock guy, okay.
Yeah.
The bangs.
I was watching on the Criterion there. It has a behind the scenes documentary about it that came out on some channel, and he was literally like a student at one of the schools in Omaha that they were scouting at.
And he saw him, right?
And he saw him. Alexander Payne saw him. Like, this guy's perfect. Like, literally just saw him in the school. Was like, this guy would be perfect for this role.
Come here.
Can you even imagine that? That's the luck involved with that.
Like the right time, like the epitome of
Crazy.
right place, right time. Yeah.
Like, you hear these crazy stories of people getting, like, getting cast in some crazy stories. That's pretty crazy.
So what happens? Talk me through it.
It's my dream.
Of the plot?
Yeah.
I mean, you're the one looking at the
I know, but
plot
I
synopsis.
can't listen to you and read at the same time. So
Right.
Is that why you can't do subtitled movies?
yeah, because I can't watch and read at the same time.
Right.
Makes sense.
I can't watch what's going on and read.
There's a lot. There's a lot going on in this movie.
There is, yeah.
It's sort of, there's a lot of sort of little layers to it, right?
Like-
So Matthew Broderick's kind of like a bit of a burned out teacher, but there's this sort of what's the word, narration, but it's not necessarily trustworthy. What's the
Unreliable.
unreliable narrator?
Yeah.
He's saying everything in his life is good, and then what you see is not
Not
that
good.
great. But he's sort of delusional. He's deluding himself in his mind that everything is great. But this one student, Reese Witherspoon's character, sort of has this relationship with his friend, and he sort of kind of turns on her and doesn't want her to win this presidency because she's running unopposed. So he gets Chris Klein, who plays this quarterback who broke his leg, so he's not playing on the football team, to run against her so that he can beat her and sort of, shut her down kind of thing.
That's pretty twisted.
It is.
That's rated R.
It's rated R.
The fuck does he do?
There's some sex, there's some language.
Dirty tricks, reckless promises, and uncanny real world political parallels.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was written sort of, I think what they were saying in the documentary was the person who wrote the novel was inspired after the 1992 election and what was going on there, and how there was three candidates, and sort of the three candidates in the movie were sort of related to those people that were running in the U.S. election that year, and it sort of inspired them to write a movie about the election, but high school, put it in high school and sort of play with it that way. But I really liked this movie. It was pretty.
Yeah, it's good.
I didn't laugh out loud that much.
Yeah.
But it was like there was a lot of cringe.
There's some very cringe
A
moments.
lot of cringe.
There's a subplot with Broderick's, I guess, neighbor. Is it his neighbor?
Yeah.
That's just cringe, like, for most of it.
I don't recall.
Like the wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some, if
There's
I
a
remember
sex
correctly,
scene?
there's some, it's...
There's
I'm just like, ugh.
there's a sex scene where Broderick is having sex with his
sexuality.
wife, but he's imagining the neighbor, and he's imagining Reese Witherspoon's character, and they're just like they do this cheesy effects where like their head is just like goes over the head of the wife, and
then
then
it floats over.
Yeah, and he's like, oh yeah, do it to me, and then Reese Witherspoon's head goes like over the other head. It's just like a cheesy effect, but it was just so cringe.
Well, it's an MTV production.
It is.
So
Is it really?
It's an MTV Films production.
Yeah.
From MTV to
The
Oscars.
MTV
Holy
Films.
fuck.
Apparently, they just had some success after doing Beavis and Butthead, and they wanted to do something sort of like a bit out there, like
There's a sentence.
like R-rated still.
They just had
So
success.
they weren't doing
with
like
Butthead.
when you think MTV, you think like polished, like
Well,
stuff. But I mean, like for kids, like geared for kids,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Whereas they weren't really sure how to do this movie because it's like in high school and there's kids, high school kids, but it's R-rated.
Yeah.
So none of the kids that are in high school
can watch it.
So it's sort of like it's this weird sort of mix.
Who's this for kind of thing?
Yeah. And they didn't know how to market it. Same with the author didn't know how to. His publisher didn't know how to market the book. Like, who's this for?
Yeah.
The same thing happened with the movie. Like, who is this for? And the movie came out, and it has like 92% on Rotten Tomatoes or something. Like,
It's a good claim.
very well received critically. And once they realized that, they decided to put it wide. And then by that time, it was too late, and it already made no money. So it kind of bombed.
Oh.
Yeah, like they waited too long to widen the release apparently. But it was nominated for Best Original Screenplay or Adapted Screenplay, I guess.
Yeah, adapted.
Yeah.
And yeah, didn't win.
But
But
Alexander Payne, is this his first movie?
I think he did a
think so.
short film before that.
Yeah.
So
He got pretty big after this.
It's very
Then he
good.
did about Schmidt and
Wow. Did a pretty big job.
someone.
Descendants.
Yeah, Descendants,
Nebraska.
He
Downside.
did a couple other ones in the
Downsizing.
mid 2000s.
Wow.
It's okay.
But yeah, I'd give this a 4 out of 5.
Yeah, I think it's what
I enjoyed it. Just sharp. It was very witty.
That's
Just
a
the
good
humor.
word. Sharp. It is sharp.
It's kind of like Office Space type humor.
Yeah,
Like, it's
not-
laugh
It's
out
not
loud.
like laugh out loud, but it's just like cringe, like kind of like, oh god, it's like just the juxtaposition of certain things. Like,
Just good, a lot of good moments.
yeah, the editing was very good. I thought as well, just the way certain things were cut together. And yeah, check it out. Election 4 or 5.
It's good. It's a good
Check
one.
it out on Criterion. It just came out.
Very dramatic. I like how you tape that on the desk. I like
Yeah, that's
that.
insane.
I did.
You're a crazy person.
Let's move on to our news topics. A couple things to talk about. First thing, Marvel
I'm listening.
has a writer, which maybe I should have done some more research as to who
Marvel's
that
a
writer
writer?
is.
Oh, he's done some.
He's done something.
Someone-
He's done something.
Someone get on this.
Look at that.
They're working on
Classic
a standalone Black Widow film starring Scarlett Johansson.
ScarJo.
It's been people have been wanting this. People have been calling for this for quite a while.
Yeah.
I don't know if they had a plan in place. They didn't know which way to take it, but it seems like they have an idea. What are your guys' thoughts on it? Tim, what do you think of this? Is it about time or what?
It's about time. Yeah, she's an interesting character, and I think with the whole spy side of her, that you can do a straight up spy movie with her. You can even toss Hawkeye in there because that would be like a place where he would like really flourish. Because he's kind of like I a lot
Unless
of
he dies.
unless he dies in
Or-
but he takes a lot of shit because he's not like super powered. But toss him into like a spy movie and you got him doing like what he does best. So I'm in. I know it's still early. See where it's set. It might be like a prequel, like with her being like doing her training and shit. Could be set like anywhere really.
it's so hard to know at this point which way they're gonna go with it. But
because she's existed in the MCU for like the longest out of.
since Iron Man 2?
No, I meant like her character. Like she was Black Widow like before Iron Man became Iron Man. Like she's been with Shield for like
You mean in like the
years.
comics?
in the fictional universe of the movies.
Right.
Her character has technically been like
okay, in the timeline.
doing her thing longer than like Iron Man's been Iron Man or anything, right?
Right.
So she has a lot of like story that they could draw on.
Untapped potential.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on this, Adam? What do you think of ScarJo?
I could see it being really bad. I will say that.
This is Marvel we're talking about.
True. They haven't really done anything terrible yet. I don't know. I could just see it being like an Elektra or something. That's just all I think of.
Elektra?
Is Elektra.
Or like an Atomic Blonde, or
Oof, Atomic Blonde's amazing.
what are you guys looking at there?
She's done nothing.
She was the writer of Olaf's Frozen Adventure, if you guys remember that.
Ooh, the worst thing I saw all year.
I
Perfect.
enjoyed it quite a bit.
It's changed my mind. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I could see it being pretty bad. I would hope that they would get a good director, obviously. I don't know, it could be good. Like, it could be like a street level crime movie like Daredevil, the series. Like, I think that's great. I've heard Punisher is really good. If they go with that.
I'd love to see them do like Same thing that DC did with Wonder Woman, like get like a Catherine Bigelow or get a female director to come in
Catherine Bigelow
and do that.
That'd be sick.
Amazing.
Calling it now. Catherine Bigelow.
Yeah,
Wait and
I'm
see.
in if it's Bigelow's Black
Right?
Widow.
See, it makes a difference if there's
Bigelow's
the right people
Black Widow?
attached.
Yeah,
Nice. Rhymes.
thank you.
Catherine Bigelow, Black Widow.
Catherine
Kind of.
Bigelow.
Black Widow.
Ty.
Ooh,
Thoughts?
I'm
You're
in, for sure.
obviously spy.
Obviously, spy movie, ScarJo,
Female spy movie.
Marvel.
Red Sparrow, Tommy Blonde.
Oh God, I'm in. Yeah, like
Similar story actually.
Yeah, like
To Red Sparrow.
Russian thing
Yeah.
going on.
Russian program where they
Get the director.
indoctrinate.
yeah, find out who that was. Let's get them in. Let's call them up. But yeah, we've got they've had this character in the MCU for long enough that they've built up enough of like a backstory to explore.
Yeah.
Like with her program, with like how she was trained, like they explore that in Age of Ultron, like they kind of little flashbacks there. So there's enough there for them to do. It's just picking and choosing, getting the right director.
Yeah.
Now, does it make sense for the MCU now to sort of backtrack and go back in time? Does it make sense for them to do that? Or does it make more sense to sort of build and grow the MCU forward? Right. What do you guys think about that? Like, if they do like a prequel story,
It's weird
Does
because
that make
Captain
sense?
Marvel apparently takes place in the 90s, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Am I correct in that?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. Because you're going to see like a young Nick Fury with like
We've talked about that.
no eye patch.
Kevin Feige confirmed takes place in the 90s.
So if they're doing like they're setting up some earlier stories,
Huh.
be interesting.
I
mean, the
I
whole
do remember that.
Fox thing might change their plans on what they're doing now, but
True.
Captain Marvel is supposed to take place before like everything else that we've seen. At least for some of it,
So
I would
how is
imagine.
Captain Marvel how is she gonna fit into the
Oh,
universe going forward?
Maybe
Is
they're
she
doing-
like old? Is she like
Maybe they're
Is she
doing
gonna be
something
much older?
like the Wonder
if
Woman.
it's like
kinda
20
thing?
years ago
Yeah.
or 25 years ago?
Yeah.
Like she's gonna be like 50 in the present MCU. You know what I mean? Like it's weird.
Probably do some sort of time jump.
Oh,
I think she's like interdimensional, right? She'll
She
probably
doesn't age?
fly through some sort of like wormhole or something, and not age.
Oh,
It's got to be. What?
cringe.
Like, are
It
you
was
gonna
like Chris Evans being frozen in ice for
Yeah.
60 years.
So
What's
stupid.
worse?
Or what if it's
That's like in the canon of the.
What if it's like they use like it's Jude Law's character for like most of it, you know, like half, and then it kind of builds up to him passing the torch kind of thing. Like somehow he goes forward.
Well, he's playing like Marvel or whatever. He's playing the original Captain.
Yeah.
Marvel.
So what if it's like his story, like part of his story, and then like he somehow
Dies.
what if he like jumps forward somehow, and then is him kind of passing the torch to her? And
Yeah, like he's Captain
his time.
Marvel.
Yeah. So
And
like
then
his part's in the
he
90s.
passed the torch to
He goes
the
forward.
next
and then-
Captain Marvel, which
Yeah.
is
Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Carol Danvers.
So that could work.
Maybe it'll be flashbacks to like Jude Law being Captain Marvel with young Nick Fury, but Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is present day.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
That would probably
See,
be
Jude Law in the 90s as Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense, actually.
Yeah,
cracked it.
I'm in.
Done.
We're talking about Black
Widow.
Widow.
So we're all excited for
So
Captain
am
Marvel,
I.
right?
Yeah. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure
Shazam,
we'll
get
talk
hyped.
a bit more about Black Widow film once we hear some more casting news and once they announce the director and we have some more concrete information about it.
Well, she was pretty much ScarJo was pushing for this, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
She said a couple times she was interested.
I mean,
in this
she's
publicly.
led her own action movies like in
Yeah.
the past. Like,
Yeah.
Highest grossing actress of all time. Her movies. I'm pretty sure.
No.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty
well,
so.
yeah, she's in
Considering she's in
Avengers
like
movies,
a bunch
so, yeah.
of Marvel movies. Yeah.
So
It
it
is.
makes sense.
I would consider like, maybe, yeah.
All the Avengers and Marvel movies plus
Lucy made a
her
shit
action
ton.
movies.
Yeah.
Not that Ghost in the Shell did that well, but
You can Google it.
I believe it.
It's a
Yeah, I'm
This isn't
excited.
a Train to Busan situation.
I was gonna say, should I Google this?
Yeah.
Moving on, we got one more news topic. Quentin Tarantino's untitled next feature film.
Never heard
There's
of
been some casting news. At least one concrete
Yes.
casting.
Allegedly.
That would be Leonardo DiCaprio
Yes.
Never heard of him.
will be starring as an actor. He's playing an actor.
Is he? Is that the role he's
I
playing?
believe so.
Okay.
He's acting as an actor.
As well as some potential rumored casting that we've heard, including Margot Robbie might be playing Sharon Tate. We got maybe Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise and Al
Killer
Pacino in other roles potentially. Allegedly, the Pacino role is written for him specifically.
Yes. That's what I've heard.
That's what we've heard. Adam, let's start with you.
Are you excited for?
Never heard of these bunch.
You love all those people, if I remember correctly.
Well, yeah, you could say these are all my favorite people.
These are all your
coming
boys
together to make a
and
movie.
Mario.
This is your Sherlock Holmes.
What do you think about this? Could this be his greatest film yet?
Yes. 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 Leo Tarantino, I've been waiting for the return, for the reunion. I think we all have.
It could be starring now.
Starring.
This isn't a supporting, Calvin Candy or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I was. Me and Tim talked about it earlier today. I think it's going to be a crime caper comedy. That's what I'm getting.
Shit.
Like a Big Lebowski vibe, perhaps, Scott. I'm in.
Sign me up.
All the way in. We have heard rumors that the script is very akin to Pulp Fiction, the closest thing he's written to Pulp Fiction, perhaps.
Like these different stories.
Oof.
Yeah.
Dangerous.
Timelines.
Ooh, no.
Sorry. So
No.
Non-linear storytelling.
Oh, yes.
Couldn't be more excited. Just sounds amazing. The fact that Leo's in. I just feel like Leo being in is just going to attract the big names that QT is looking at also. If they dare get my boy TC, it's all over. This is.
I just think Tarantino just
should.
Everyone wants to work with him,
right?
Because everyone's seen,
what
his acumen, his career, right? So who wouldn't want to?
And I'm curious to see like how these Manson murders tie in. Because apparently it's the backdrop. It's not the core of the story. Tarantino said. So
I think of sort of, we were just talking about Atomic Blonde. It's like, if you say Atomic Blonde's about the fall of the Berlin Wall, well, it's not really about that.
Yeah,
but it's the backdrop,
yeah.
Right? Oh, I'm so weird.
So it's sort of.
Sorry, did you say Atomic Blonde?
Yes.
Best movie of the year.
What are your thoughts about this, Ty?
I'm in.
You're in? Are you?
Oh,
yeah. Well, you said. I'm
sorry.
Atomic Blonde.
You said Atomic Blonde. So
no.
For the DiCaprio, Margot Robbie, Brad Pitt, TC, Pacino, Tarantino,
Taryn Caprio.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, no, I'm intrigued for sure. I think I would like to know, like, all we have is like Tarantino and DiCaprio, so like that is a strong start. But like, I want to know more about what the actual film is about. But like, just based on that, I'm interested for sure.
Interested.
I'm interested. I want to know more.
You're
interested. I like Tarantino as a director. I think he's very talented. I don't love him as much as you guys do.
Now, what is this is going to be his 9th film. Mm-hmm. He stated in the past he only wants to do 10 films, and now there's this Star Trek movie. Do you guys seriously think that's it?
No. I could see him just either not doing the Star Trek movie,
just producing.
Yeah.
Or just he has the story idea and passes it on.
I think he's crazy enough to do 10 movies and then stop. Like,
loophole. He's not writing Star Trek. Doesn't consider it his movie. That leaves room for one more.
It's a story. He has story credit.
He's the kind of guy who'd be like, I did my 10 movies, I'm done. Then you'd like never see him again. Like that. Like he'd become a recluse.
I think he's got the weird. He loves Hollywood so much. Or he loves movies so much. It just seems weird that he'd stop.
Yeah,
well, at least directing. Like he could still pen out stuff and.
Yeah. See, I could see him do a Coen Brothers thing and just do like a 10-part miniseries.
He said that on Howard Stern.
Right. For
his last when he was promoting Hateful Eight, he said he'd like to become like a novelist. He'd like to maybe do a TV series, like a limited, like you said, a limited series, not like fucking 5 seasons.
Yeah, that's one of the most hyped things I'm looking forward to this year. The Coen Brothers like Western show that's coming out this year.
Yeah.
Is that on Netflix?
Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Something like that.
Get hype, Timmy.
Tim, what are your thoughts on this Tarantino film casting?
I'm hype, and I will say, Pacino, get ready for your Oscar nom. Because when Pacino writes or when Quentin Tarantino writes a role for you specifically, you tend to get nominated for stuff.
Right.
Travolta.
Just
there's other ones I'm trying to think of.
Has Pacino been in it?
No.
Oh.
De Niro has been. De Niro's in Jackie Brown.
Yeah, Jackie Brown. Yeah.
No.
That's
like
crazy.
Waltz, he wrote Django and Shane
Christoph
Smith,
Waltz.
Christoph Waltz, and he got Oscar nominated. People tend to get Oscar nominated.
Yeah, I'm pretty hype. I love Tarantino's filmography, and this sounds right up my alley.
Yeah.
60s LA.
60s LA.
And it's like
I can't.
Caper? I don't know.
Yeah, I can't picture Tom Cruise in a Tarantino movie. Like, if they land him, I'm just gonna be like, "This is gonna be the greatest thing I've ever seen."
I can see him
I
like
would love
not.
I know.
I just think of Magnolia.
One of the
I just think
characters is
He's
a
like his
stuntman.
Magnolia, just like fucking totally psycho.
I'm
Stuntman character, Tom Cruise. It's too perfect.
Him buddying around with Leo D.
Oh god.
I can see him
Holy
like not.
shit.
Like I can see him not looking like Tom Cruise at all. Like I see him like totally like because I can't picture Tom Cruise as Tom Cruise like how he looks in a Tarantino. I can see him like doing something like
Ewan McGregor in Fargo,
like Tropic
some ugly
Tropic
makeup on.
Thunder type of like Tom Cruise. Like it like looks like totally different.
He's gonna have a stash.
That like I could see something like
Shaved
that.
head stash, calling it now.
Nah,
I think
big glasses, just hairy.
it's only a matter of time before Tom Cruise does an actual like performance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, rough.
It's been a while
It's
since
been
he's done
a
one.
decade.
Harsh.
It's been like when was it Magnolia? Like when was the last time he legitimately
But we got
went
Mission
out
Impossible
there
6
and didn't do
coming out.
something safe?
Valkyrie.
That could be it.
Played a Nazi. That's pretty.
That's true. But he also just talked like
very
He
normal,
also
safe,
so,
did
though.
his voice with it.
an
Yeah.
American accent. So like,
Very safe. I don't know.
really stayed.
I want
within his
him to
comfort
just
zone
go
of the role.
way out there if he's even cast.
Do some dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough
Like-
stunts. Although he could be playing a washed up
And-
stuntman, which
I just want Tarantino to write him something that's unlikable or something that's against type because
Yeah.
against time, yeah.
so safe.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add to
That's
that?
it.
Best movie
That's all
ever
I
made,
got.
probably. Yeah.
That'll do it for this episode 128 of the Up Real Late podcast. Tim, where can people find us?
People can find us on Twitter at UpRealLate. You can find me personally on Letterboxd at UpRealTim and on Instagram at TheCraftPundit.
You can find us on Facebook and on Instagram at Up Real Late Podcast. You can also find me on Letterboxd at Up Real Ty.
You can find me on Twitter at Franny25 and Instagram and Letterboxd at UpRealAdam.
Find myself, Scott, on Letterboxd at UpRealScott. And yeah, guys, like I said earlier, leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below in the comments section. And, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel. As always, keep it real.